Welcome to my next video, and y'all, this comes to you by request. So I just want to let y'all know that, and also if you guys are experienced scrapbookers, I want to let you know right off the bat that this video probably is not going to be for you. Feel free to watch it if you'd like, but I've had some requests from some scrapbookers who are new to scrapbooking or who have not been scrapbooking all that long. And what the request is I put out a video on this mini Fabulous Memories. Feel free to have a look at it if you'd like. And the request is to break down a little bit about how I put this mini together. And also to give some basic ideas on design. So that's what I'm going to do, and I hope I give you guys some good ideas. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. The first thing is the cover. The cover is made from medium weight chipboard. However, if you don't have medium weight chipboard or that's not in your budget, you can use cereal boxes. You would just want to cut those to size and glue them together and just cover them as normal. And actually the front and back cover measure 7.5 by 6.5, and the corners are rounded just to give it a little bit more finished look. And I always do my covers a little bit bigger so that I have a bigger design surface for the cover, and also so that it covers most of the elements of the inside of the mini. So let's get started talking about the inside. I'm going to show you guys how I made the pages of the mini, and also I'm going to show you guys how I made these tags that go inside the mini. Okay, so the pages on the inside of the mini album, and I have cut some of these ahead of time, so you guys please ignore that, but they're made from these office envelopes that measure 6 by 9, and they are readily available at any office supply store. They're just regular 6 by 9 envelopes, and what I have done is I have cut those put them in my cutter, and I have cut the end of the 6 by 9 envelope. I've measured it down to 7 inches, and I have just cut that end right off. So that what that leaves me with is a 7-inch by 6-inch surface. And the reason that I have left that at a 7 by 6 is so that I have 1 inch on the end to bind it with. The next question that I get all the time is, I have a lot of 6 by 6 paper, or I have some 6 by 6 kits, and I'm not sure how to make that 6 by 6 paper work. And this design will work no matter what size paper you use. I'm going to give you some basic information either way, no matter what size paper you use. So obviously what you would need to do, here's your 6 by 6 inch paper. Okay, just 6 by 6 inch paper. And obviously, that's not going to cover the whole surface. So what you need to do is that you need to cut a piece of paper, an inch. We got another inch that we need to work with. So, but that kind of looks a little bit on the boring side to me, and so I'm going to give you guys some inside information about how I design a lot of my pages. First of all, I want to tell you that I don't ever abide by the rules. I'm a rule breaker. Anyway, so nothing that I'm telling you, there aren't any rules in scrapbooking. You just go with whatever works best for you. But I like to work in what's called thirds. Okay, so I've drawn out just a basic grid. This is not to specification. It's not exact. It's just, gives you an idea. But if you'll look, when we put this 6 by 6 paper down and then we put this inch down, that's really not working within the thirds. And it's just more pleasing to the eye if you can do that. So let's just say, for example, that I want to make this more by thirds. I'm going to scoot this down, and I'm going to cut an inch off this paper, and I'm going to make this paper 5 by 6. And then you can see that leaves part of my grid. And so what I'm going to bring down for my grid is a 2-inch piece of paper, okay? It's just like kind of like working with a little puzzle, okay? So automatically that looks better. And if I start adding some design elements, like I want to bring in some ribbon and flowers, you can automatically see that that looks a little bit better. But I also like to work in odd numbers. So you can see here that I have 2 types of paper. And it just, to me, again, that's not a hard and fast rule, but I really do enjoy the look of working with odd numbers. So here again, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of switch it up just a little bit. And I'm going to add one more patterned piece of paper just to the mix to kind of mix things up and make things look a little bit different. I'm going to add another pattern. And automatically you can see where this is kind of coming together. And I'm kind of staying with my grid. Okay, so let's swap this around and put that on the bottom. And I like that too. I like the way that looks. So let's start adding some design elements besides that. Okay, let's go ahead and let's add some ribbon to this design. Okay. So I've added some ribbon, and now I'm going to add my border, and now I can just really start adding away. I can add some flowers, and I can add some leaves. These are holly leaves, y'all. I'm sorry. This isn't really what I would use, but I'm just trying to give you guys some quick ideas. Okay? You can add a title. And there we go. And that's so much more interesting looking. And as you can see, if you divide whatever surface that you're working with, in this particular example, we're working with a 7x6, and you divide that into grids, you really can make that work with any size paper that you want to work with. So we can even make it more interesting, and I can even show you, even more of a grid. Let's just go ahead and cut these pieces of paper, the 5x4 and the 5x2, and let's just cut this into 2x2.5 on both of these, and then we'll just cut this as well. And you see how all of a sudden we can have even more of a design. Okay, and we can mix that up even more. See, and all we're doing basically is that we're just staying within our grid. Excuse me, sorry about that. But all we're doing is we're just staying within our grid. And then all of a sudden, we have things really interesting there too. We can add our ribbon. Start adding our flowers. Add a title, etc. So I hope that this gives you some ideas on what to do. Now let's move on to the tags. Okay. For the tag, what I have done is I have cut a piece of 12x12 cardstock, 11 by 5 3/4, and then I have scored it 2 3/4 from each end, and then I have folded it, okay, and then I have taken my circle punch, and it doesn't have to be any specific size circle punch at all, and I have taken my circle punch and I have put it on the first page right here, slid it down, and punched. Okay, and then that's given me this little indentation. Okay, and once I have my whole envelope with my pocket all decorated, I'm going to take my tag that I punched the hole in, and I'm going to insert my tag, and I'm going to center it in my envelope. And then I'm going to take and I'm just going to make a little pin mark right in the center here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my tag, and I'm going to put my circle punch into the envelope, and I'm going to center it on there, and I'm just going to punch. And most of your circle punches are going to have a little circle line right here, a little, not circle line, a little line right here to show you where the halfway mark is. But if you don't have one, or if you don't want to use a full circle, you can always use a piece of tape right there, and that will do the same thing. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your flower, you're going to put it in the center of your tag, you're going to put a brad there, and then that's what is going to become the closure for your tag right there. And then you're going to put your tag into your, and there you go. Now, what happens if you don't have any 12 by 12 cardstock? Well, you can just make 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 tags to go into your pocket. You just make 2 tags. I can't even slide this in here, you guys, because I'm on camera. Just make 2 tags, and you would just put a flower on one of the tags on this side and a flower on one of the tags on the other side. At any rate, I hope this gives you guys some good ideas, and please stay tuned for the next installment. Thank you so very much for watching, and again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. Bye.